This guy's OG in the business, and he asked me, because he's just getting back into the game, and he has adversity like everybody else, and he sent me this call clip, which number one, I respect. The guy's been in the game longer than me, and the fact that he's sending me a call clip and recording himself speaks a lot about his character, because he's putting himself out there. And I haven't even listened to the call yet. He sent it to me on Monday, and I'm going to listen to it here live with you guys, and we're going to go through it and see how he did. For those of you in other industries, this call right here is specifically on mortgages. Not sure what kind of lead it is. We'll find out what it is, and we'll find out what happened. But he asked what he did wrong. Let's see what he did wrong. If you're a salesperson, never hang up on the third ring. Always let it go all the way.
Hello.
Hello, is Linda there?
Speaking.
Linda, this is Andy.
First piece of feedback for Andy, and I say this all the time, so a lot of you already know what it is. It's not hello, is Linda there? It's Linda. How's it going today? Why is that? I mean, that's an important inch. It's a half second into the call. It's very important how you start it. If you prime your mind to assume the name, it ends up assuming other things, because those messages I sent my team today, about 7 of them said, did I ask for the business or did I assume the business? And when I asked them that, my text would say something like, hey, listen, this lien popped up. We're not able to pay it off. We can't subordinate it either. You have to pay it off. I know you have 18,000 in your 401k. Go ahead and pay that off. I'll pay you back at the closing. You can put it back in your 401k. It's the only way it's going to make sense, and it's still going to save you a lot of money. Let me know when that's done. And I sent that text out to a client in process. Then I sent it to my team, and I told them, did I ask her if this is okay, or did I assume that it's okay? Another person told me like, yeah, I don't know if the best thing for me to do is take out money out of my investment property. I might have other options. I texted that person back and said, look, the best thing you could do right now in the world is take money out of your investment property. Number one, it's the best interest rate. Number two, it's going to be tax deductible interest. There's no better place in America to get this done. What time could you send me those documents? Did I ask him, does that sound okay? Does that sound fair? Did I assume that it is okay and it is fair and he's going to send me that? So the reason I tell you assume the name is not only to assume the name, but to get your mind in the right place to assume everything. Assume the person you're talking to. Assume they want to talk to you. Assume you have something valuable for them. Assume they need your help. Assume you're going to close them. Assume that they're closed. Assume you're going to get their documents. Everything has to be assumed, and it starts off with the name. Let's keep it going.
Sparkle. How are you?
I'm okay.
Good, good. Thank you for taking my call. I received your online request.
I'm okay. And he said, good, good. If somebody asks me how I'm doing and I say I'm okay, am I really doing good, good? I'm okay. So like even in the beginning of a conversation, somebody tells me I'm okay. You're like, just okay. We're alive. We're breathing. What's going on, Cindy? And like that could be a small icebreaker to open up. Well, I guess you're right. And like just that small little chuckle or laugh, that earns me some trust in the beginning. And people ask me like, oh, it's hard to build relationships. It's, some people are dry. It's because you have to have the rhythm from the beginning. And something as small as somebody saying, I'm okay, then I'm like, just okay. What's going on? Tell me, fill me in. I'm talking to her like a best friend and I just met her. And a lot of times they'll open up to you within 3 seconds because now you sound like a friend and they want to hear you back. So I know I'm going super deep on this call, so I apologize, but I want to let you know where my mind goes on every small thing.
Ideas on maybe refinancing or taking out a home equity loan. We work with about
We already got someone already. Thanks anyway.
Well, wouldn't it be okay to just see if we can do better for you? If I could get you a lower rate, lower cost, and close quicker? Wouldn't it be?
Holy crap, that's a lot of action right there. Let's rewind that real quick. I got to take some notes here. We got to listen to that one more time.
Good, good. Thank you for taking my call. I received your online request to get.
Okay. Thank you for taking my call. I don't really like it. Hey, it's Ace with you from Aces Academy. Thanks so much for taking my call. Like, no, I'm taking up my time. What's the level of status here? I'm up here. I'm the bank. I'm giving you the money. It's more like you're taking up my time. I'm not taking up your time. Again, very small thing, but it's about status. It's about mindset. How high do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as valuable? And if you do, your time's more valuable. So when they're on the call, great to have you on the call today. And I'm coming in with that confidence.
Some ideas on maybe refinancing or taking out a home equity loan. We work with about.
I see we have some ideas about maybe refinancing or taking out a home equity loan. We have some programs and lenders. I see we have some ideas about maybe refinancing. So we're already coming in iffy on this call. What I would simply say is, Cindy, your profile was flagged for a phenomenal opportunity for some cash out. How much cash were you looking for? And now I'm assuming that she wants cash because she's a cash out lead, instead of asking, hey, I see here you might have been looking for some refinancing or maybe he's taking out some cash. Why am I coming in there with maybes and being iffy about it? Hey, I know you're looking looking for cash right now. Everybody in the world is. How much cash did you need? I want to see if I could help you out. You see the difference between how those two things sound? And again, if you're not even in mortgages or the cash loan business, you could take this and apply it anywhere, right? So the same exact philosophy applies. So again, super granular. People on this call are probably thinking like, damn, I ain't sending this guy my call clip. Like, no, I want to go super granular because I want to tell you every single inch that's important in this call because all those inches connect to the bigger piece.
Got someone already. Thanks anyway.
Got someone already? Thanks anyway.
Well, wouldn't it be okay to just see if we can do better for you?
Okay, props out to Andy. He's fighting back on the objection. But as you could see, one of Andy's opportunities, I would say, is just the way that you're framing things, Andy. I think it could be a lot stronger and confident. You said right away, well, wouldn't it be okay if maybe we could, again, there's too many maybes. Would it be okay? You're still asking. So instead, I'm working with somebody, not interested. Well, I definitely know you're working with somebody. That's exactly why I'm reaching out to you. I'd never pull you away from somebody you're working with, Cindy, unless it made total sense. So let me at least make sure they're taking care of you. What are they offering you, right? Quick pivot to what are they offering you? I know you're working with someone. That's exactly why I'm calling you. I would never pull you away from somebody unless it made total sense. Trust me. What are they offering you? You see that? Instead of wouldn't it maybe be okay if maybe I could get you a better deal? So it just sounds two different ways. We have to assume like I'm ready for you're not working with somebody. That's why I'm calling you. And I'm not going to pull you away from somebody. I'm not here to give you a worse deal. Let me at least make sure you're taken care of. What are you being offered?
Get you a lower rate, lower cost, and close quicker? Wouldn't it
Yeah,
be
but that
worth it?
means we have to keep digging into my credit, and I don't want my credit lowered anymore.
So wouldn't it be okay if we could maybe get you lower costs, lower price, lower payment? Good. Cindy, I'm definitely not going to waste your time. The only way this phone call lasts is if I could get you a lower payment, lower cost, or a lower rate. So trust me, you're in good hands. What were you offered? Okay. Then she goes and says, well, my credit's been ran, and she's worried about her credit, which is the last thing that should be on her mind.
I already had 3 companies looking into it.
Well, the good thing is it doesn't lower your score to look at your credit. They passed a policy back in 2009 that allows you to have your credit ran an infinite amount of times, 30 days from the initial pull. So it doesn't impact your credit in any way, shape, or form.
Beautiful. Beautiful response by Andy. The fruit was in the air. He slashed that bitch right in the half. Your credit's not going to be affected. Don't worry about that. We're good to go. Pivot now and take control. So what did they offer you?
But I have enough.
That's it right there. That's it right there, Andy. I always tell people like the pivot is so important because if you just stop at the end of your sentence, like you stopped right there, you gave a beautiful rebuttal. Look, it's not going to hurt your credit. They passed the law. It's 30 days. You're good to go. You're in the clear. And then you stopped for half a second. And when you stopped for half a second, you told her it's your turn to talk again. Tell me another objection. So instead, look, I know you're worried about your credit. Trust me, I'm not here to pull your credit. That's the last thing I want to do. Good news is your credit doesn't get damaged at all. From what I see now, I think there might be a better opportunity for you. What were you offered? What were you offered? Turn the lane, because when you hear what were you offered, she's stunned that you asked her a question so fast. Now she's thinking about what she was offered, and you got like a 60-70% chance that she's going to tell you right then and there, and the odds of her giving you an objection go down.
People I'm dealing with right now. I don't need a 4.
Well, you haven't dealt with
If I
me. Like
change
I
my
said,
mind, I give you a call.
we work with about 150 different lenders. I'm sure we could come up with something.
What did she say there? I missed it.
But I have enough people I'm dealing with
I have enough people I'm dealing with was the second objection.
right now. I don't need a 4.
I have enough people I'm dealing with right now. I don't need a fourth, I think she said. So she has 3 people she's dealing with.
Well, you haven't dealt with
If I
me. Like
change
I
my
said,
mind, I give you a call.
we work with about 150 different lenders. I'm sure we could come up with something.
You haven't worked with me. Good. I like the confidence. We work with 150 lenders. I'm sure we could come up with something. Okay. So Andy's going straight to the response. One thing Andy's not doing, right? And Andy, I would write this thing down, is the acknowledge, right? Before the respond. He's doing great at responding. He's missing the acknowledge first and the pivot after. So he has the meat, but he's missing the toast. And the toast is the acknowledge and then the pivot at the end. So when she tells me, well, you know, I'm dealing with a bunch of people. I don't need a 4th person. Ah, I hear you, man. That's probably frustrating. You're getting a bunch of calls. You're talking to a bunch of people. Now I'm going to her side of the fence to acknowledge her and say, that's definitely a headache. Look, here's the difference between me and everybody else. I've been doing this for 18 years. I've worked with the largest lenders in the country. And I promise you the 3 people you're talking to, I'm probably shopping them plus 33 others. And I just want to tell you, if you're getting the best deal, what were you offered? Let's not waste any more time here. What were you offered? The acknowledge in the beginning, the pivot at the end, and the baloney in the middle.
So you must be a broker?
Yes, ma'am, we are.
So you must be the broker, right? When somebody says, so you must be the broker, she knows there's other brokers that are telling her the same thing. That's what I read.
We're the
That's
number
what I
one
thought.
broker in the country for mortgage. We have
We
access.
already going through.
What's that?
We already with.
So is that who you're working with right now?
Yeah, one of them.
Okay, so is it a broker that goes through their wholesale division, or are you going through their retail division? Because there's a massive difference in rate and cost. So if you gave a call right now and said, who is your number one broker in the country? They're going to say, that's my company.
Her rate is like something like that.
All right, good. Now we're explaining to her there's a massive difference. Something that I do a lot of times is I'll just assume it. Like, I'm with you should have told me that from the beginning. I work with what are you being offered with them? And I'll go straight into it that way to just lower her guard down and just go straight into the door, because that's the door that just opened that I could go into. Instead, we went into the brand, and I know he's trying to figure out, you know, are you talking to a broker? Are you talking to retail? At the end of the day, she talked to 3 people. She's talking to both. I'm going to assume, again, going back to that assume word we said in the beginning, I'm going to assume she's talking to a broker and she's talking to retail. Look, if you're talking to Rocket Mortgage, that's perfect because I work with them. The difference is I get cheaper costs with them, but it still goes through them. And I work with all these other brokers and lenders, and I've been doing this a lot longer. What did you be offered, right? What she said right here.
The
My
rate
husband
is not.
knows more of it than I do. Huh?
So you're doing a second?
Yes.
Do you know your credit score off the top of your head?
800.
Oh, golly. You have a great credit score.
But she's not going to use it. She said it's too high. She wants one that's lower. That's what I don't understand. Why you want to look at my credit if it's 800, but it's not good enough? You're going to want to use somebody that's lower.
Right.
So you can't get the decent credit rate. You're going to go with the lower rate so you can make more money.
So let me ask you this.
Helping the customer?
Are you both on the loan?
Yes.
And are you using both of your incomes?
Yes.
Okay, that's why. So it's just a guideline within the industry. You have 3 credit scores for you. You have 3 credit scores for your husband. What they do is they look at the middle out of the 3, and they always take the lowest, whoever has the lowest credit score. So what's the lowest what's the lowest middle credit score?
720.
Oh, that's phenomenal still. All right.
But he still didn't get that great of an interest rate. Not to me.
What,
so
9%?
Other companies are offering him a lower interest rate than that.
Yeah, I could get you something lower than that. I could get you something in the 8.
8. Someone was lower than 4. Some is 5.
Right there, we have her where we want her. She's starting to talk. She's starting to open up. We don't have to give her the number. Do not give her the candy yet and tell her the 8s. And now we got to go another black hole about the 8s. And now she's saying she has a 4 or 5. And now she's confused between a refinance and a HELOC. They gave you a 9? Well, look, I know that's usually the price that they give out. I could do a lot better than that. How much cash did you need? Like, instead of going in 3 minutes about the credit report, right? 820, that's phenomenal. How much cash did you need? Like, I call these black holes, and a lot of times we over explain to fall into black holes. I don't give a shit about any of that. I just want to get the information that's going to keep me moving forward. And I'm on the yes train, and I'm going to stay confident the whole way through. 9%, that's definitely way too high. Good news is I work with them and I get much lower. What's your date of birth? Yeah, I'd go straight for the credit. What's your date of birth?
Very, very careful of those.
Careful with that. Okay.
Because they just...
Well, let me get back to you about this. I have to talk to Rodney when he gets home.
Classic scenario. We already invested 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Now she's trying to push us off right at the very end. Why? Because we spent too much time over explaining going in black holes instead of pushing the conversation forward and being super assumptive and super confident.
Will you take my number down?
Will you take my number down? Will you take my number down? What is she, a hot chick at a bar, Andy? She needs your number, brother, right? We're going straight for the phone number. The phone number is like the 4th leg on the ladder. The first leg on the ladder is like, hey, I know you're super busy from everything you told me so far. I know I could definitely help you out. I'll let you go. Let me work on this for you. What's your date of birth? Then I could fight that objection. And then I could fight another objection. And then my 4th step is like, all right, you know what? Make sure you have my phone number. I'm telling you, this is a phone call you don't want to miss. So like the whole theme here, Andy has the knowledge. He's a wizard. He's an OG. He knows how to sell, right? He just needs to raise his confidence up, and he has to start showing that he is the shark in this industry. He is the person she should be talking to. You don't want to let me go, trust me. But the way he's approaching it is
maybe sometimes, could you take my number down? Would you like to take
he's being way too nice here. And sometimes when you're way too nice to people, they push you over because they don't need somebody nice. They're getting brokers calling them left and right. They need someone that's going to tell them, hey, you're talking to the best right now. Trust me, it's a blessing that you have me on the line, and I'm going to help you with this. And you're never going to forget this moment when I help you with this. And I'm going to help you like nobody other. How could you say that to them in 3 minutes without actually saying that? And that's the kind of energy I want to sense from you on this phone call.
No, yeah, it's in my phone. I'll use the number that you call me.
No, I can't take your number down. Oh, it's in my phone, which pretty much means I'm not going to answer you and I'm not going to call back.
Linda, definitely give me a call. Talk to him about it. I can promise you I can get you a better rate than 90% 99% of the people out there. We rarely get beat.
Okay, and you're careful to what?
Beautiful. That was nice. Definitely give me a call. I could promise you we're better than 90% of people out there. But what you're missing is you didn't close again. You didn't close for the business. Before I let you go, what's your date of birth? What's your social? Let me send you the exact numbers I could get you and what time are you going to be with your husband so we could all three talk on the phone together. So like that's the close that I would go for right there. And a lot of times when you go for that close, you'll get a number, get the husband's number, you'll get a time, and now you got a real legit appointment instead of leaving it in the air. And that goes back to your time being valuable and you not saying thank you for taking my call. Would you please take my number? Please call me back. Let me know when it works for you. Like all this stuff is a lower frame. You want to hire your frame and tell her, look, I got a super busy schedule. What time are you going to be with your husband? I want to make sure I call when you're both together. We're going to get you a better rate. You're never going to forget this call. I'm already talking to Mortgage. They said I could definitely beat it for you.
Lending. My name is Andy.
Oh yeah, okay, Andy. I got your text. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'll talk to him first.
All right. Thank you, Linda.
All right.
I appreciate your time.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.
Beautiful. All right. So a lot of great takeaways on that call. Where's Andy at? I didn't get the phone number yet. Is Andy out here? Andy, I'm bringing you on the call. Could you hear me, brother?
Yeah, I emailed it to you.
What up, Andy?
What's up, buddy?
Monster call, man. Thank you for sending it in, man. Do you have any questions or any comments on that feedback after listening to it? What do you think?
No, I think that was amazing. I think you're 110% right, and on all subjects.
Oh, that was today? You sent me that call clip today?
Yes, I did.
Beautiful. And what time was that call clip?
Call was 2.
2. And what happened since 2 o'clock? How many texts went out? How many phone calls went out?
It was at 12:30.
All right, 12:30. What's happened since then? How many did we send a text after the phone call? You're on mute.
I did not.
Okay. Did we send a text since?
No.
All right. Did we call back yet?
I think I'm in the wrong lead. No, I haven't called back yet.
Okay. So just raw feedback, and Andy's being honest, and a lot of people out there have the same exact opportunity. That if this was my client, as soon as that phone call ended, if it ended like that, and I tried everything that I told you guys already, and I still couldn't get it, and it ended that way, I text and say, thanks so much for your time. Just to remind you, I just talked to I could do a better interest rate for you. Here's my picture. Here's my brand. Here's my website. Let me know what time you're going to be with Charles. Then I send her an email. Hey, my interest rates right now are ranging from 5.5 and up, maybe close to the low 5s. I think I have an opportunity for you. Then I text her 2 hours later. Hey, did you get my email? I think I could get you in the 5s. Then again at 6 o'clock, I text her and I say, hey, are you with Charles yet? Then I call her at 6 o'clock. So a lot of times, like people ask me, how do I get these deals? Well, look, there's like 73 actions on every person I talk to. 73 actions in 1 week. Text, phone calls, voicemails, and then I'm getting them on the 35th action. Nobody else is doing 35 actions. I catch them at the perfect time. Maybe the other person pisses her off a week later. The issue is if we're going to have this conversation and we don't do anything after the conversation, if we can't commit to the level of action that every single client needs, then we're really throwing away money because this lady here needs 3 texts today so far and a phone call. So that's feedback, right? Andy, I would have texted her after the call. I would have called her an hour later, texted her 2 hours later, sent her an email, then called her again right now, then texted her at 8, so I'm about to leave the office. And when you're doing that, you'll get a response in between there or in 3 days, and you'll be like, fuck, Alex was right, bro. Like, I would have never did this with this person, and now they're answering me.
Thank you, Alex.
No problem. God bless you, brother. We don't even know her goals. What's her phone number and what's her name?
Linda.
Linda.
Yeah.
All right. What's her phone number?
4. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Linda Gray.
Give me the rest of the number one more time. Fuck it. We're going live. Did you hear it ringing or no?
I cannot hear it ringing.
Nothing?
Nothing. Yeah, I can hear it.
Oh, you heard that? Okay, cool. Let's double tap her then. Hey, Linda, how's it going today? Oh, I'm sorry. My name's Alex Sharafdin. I'm the vice president at West Capital Lending. I'm working with Andy. He talked to you earlier today.
No, nobody called me, talked to me. Anyway, I don't need to know.
No. I'm working with Rocket. She's getting blown up.
Your call has been forwarded.
Damn it. Linda, I am working with Rocket Mortgage and the lenders you are talking to. Andy is on my team and I am his vice president, partnered with Rocket Mortgage. I already have 3 options priced out for you with Andy, and I was giving you a courtesy call. You spoke to him earlier today for 7 minutes and you told him you would call him back later today. I promise you I'm not here to waste your time. Give me 3 minutes and let me get you the best deal you've heard yet. It would have been better coming from Andy's phone, but now we're going to send a text out to her and see if that gets her moving.
Hello.
Linda, I promise you, I'm not trying to waste your time. You talked to Andy, one of my team members today. I'm his vice president. I'm partnered with Rocket Mortgage.
I know, leave alone.
I know you don't need a loan. I'm saying you talked to Andy today and you told him to call you later.
Andy.
Andy Varcos. I have your file here in front of me. He gave you a call earlier today.
Talk to anybody today.
Oh, it might have been yesterday or the day before. So I just wanted to let you know I talked to Rocket Mortgage.
I already got my loan. I don't need any loan.
Okay.
I'm happy with it.
Okay, let me ask you something. Did you already get offered something and are you in process? I only want to make sure you're getting the best deal and I promise you.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with it.
Okay, so answer me this. What did they offer you? That's all I want to know. Ye-
Just listen to what I'm saying. I'm comfortable with my loan, so you can stop calling.
So you must be getting a lot of calls because you sound frustrated about this.
Thank you.
Well, I apologize for that. Listen, I'm not trying to waste any of your time. All I want to tell you is I could get you a rate in the low fives. Is that what they offered you? And she hung up. So it's gone. So two things, right? Number one, great feedback on that call for assuming, being confident, trying to take control of the call, fighting for the business. So that was like one big takeaway on that call, raising your status frame and making it seem like you're the best person to talk to. Number two thing is if Andy, right? And I say Andy because Andy's like my brother, right? I could talk to him like this. If Andy were to send me a call like this again and I don't see relentless follow up on it, I would never ever call somebody for him again because it's like, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. So I wouldn't do it twice. Meaning like next time you get a lead, Andy, it has to be phone call. It's been 2 days. This lady probably hasn't gotten anything. And then you told me a comment. You said you're just going to be relentless. Like, yeah, I'm going to be relentless. Why wouldn't I call her 3 times in a row? She answered on the 3rd time, didn't she? She ended me twice. She answered on the 3rd time. She hung up on me on the 3rd time, but I could confidently say that nobody here on this call could call this lady and get her because I can't get her. And you know why I can't get her? Because it's too late to get her. She's already been through too many calls. She's been through too many bars. She's had too many heartless nights. It's too late to get her. This should have been gotten on the first call or the text after or the 3 phone calls that day and the phone call on the next morning and the text the next day and the email the next day and the 3rd day. That's where the gold is made. That's why I tell people if I'm going to talk to somebody and do this part-time, I can't succeed. I can only succeed if I go savage in this job every single day. So again, I appreciate you for bringing this call. You're not the only one with calls like this. And hopefully you understand the level of commitment and the level of savage that you need to be to really get these clients on board. And it has to be like that all day long with all of your prospects. And once you're like that with all your prospects, you'll start finding wins. And when you find wins, you know what happens? You start getting dopamine. Oh, this works, man. Next person, let me call him twice. Let me call them 3 times. Let me text him this. Let me text him that. Like gamify this thing. If you come in here and this is a game and you're getting points for every action, how do you justify your actions to get more points? I want you to have 1,000 points every single day. Like if I could make tech for you, my tech would be every single message gets a point. Like I'm blasting people all day long with everything I got. And that's the level of intensity it takes. So great call clip again. Thank you for bringing this to the call. And I truly hope this makes an impact in your next call and all your follow-ups for everybody listening. Because if you are this relentless and if you commit, nobody could touch your business. I promise you guys that. Thank you guys for being on the call. Thank you, Andy, again. Love you guys. And I'll catch you guys next week.